Hello and welcome to Team Fortress TV. Thank you for joining us. We are back. ETF2L is back with a new season. We're going to be taking a look at the Premiership preseason playoffs. We have Aura Elektro, I believe, is the first team. We have Lego to look at tonight. But my name is Frysk, and Beater will be joining me tonight on the mic, and we have Gemm on the camera. Beater, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm a little half sick, but I think I can power through it, and hopefully I won't sound too weird as I try to cast this game. But it's Lego playing, so I'm always excited to cast this, even if I might be just a teeny tiny bit biased. But more of that to come.
Yeah, for sure. But I think regardless, Lego again in playoffs, looking to get into Prem. I think everybody should be excited. I mean, Lego's been a team that's been around for quite a while, but Lego has a relatively new lineup. Beater, I suppose, a bit unproven, but there's still a couple of long-time Lego players: Dr. Phil, Josh, and I know Demul as well. So, yeah. Beater, if you want to run us down the lineup for Lego.
Yeah, sure. There is the good old core, as you just mentioned, of those stable Lego players. It will be Dr. Phil on Medic, so that's kind of unusual. So he has switched to Medic. And I think this is the first time he plays Medic in Prem. He has played Medic in High for Lego before, and he is pretty damn good at Medic, so I'm looking forward to see that. And then on Pocket we have Josh, and then on Roma we have Demul, two really, really solid soldiers, and definitely the strong suit of this team, if you ask me. Like, they're definitely the tried and true that have already proven themselves to be really, really good. So definitely look forward to see a lot of playmaking there. Josh will be... Even he's a pretty aggressive pocket, and he does a lot of calling, so he's very exciting to me to watch. And then on Demo Man we have Domo. He played on some pretty low tier Prem teams before this these previous seasons, so it's going to be exciting to see. I watched him a little bit play here. I watched the Lego warm up, and it looks like he's pretty passive, so it should be pretty well complemented by Josh's aggressive style. And then on Scout we have Yippee and Potato, two really good up-and-coming scouts, in my opinion. We have Yippee on the Pocket Scout and Potato on the Roaming Scout. And Potato is definitely the one who will go Potato. Just kind of pass them in their face, whatever dairy product you may choose. So he's going to be pretty exciting, but also he might have some decision-making issues where it seems like he's feeding sometimes. So he can kind of be hot and cold. And Yippee, I'm not too sure about. They were doing really well in the warm-up, but you shouldn't put too much stock into watching one game. But they are up against another team, so why don't you take us over Aura Elektro, or Aura Elektro?
Yeah, Aura Elektro. I hope I'm saying that right. Probably haven't, but nevertheless, the lineup for Aura Elektro, we have Lollipop on Medic, Leto playing Demo, Eskimo on Pocket, Azunis on Roamer, Hempus playing the Combo Scout, and we have Nevo on Flank. Now, Peter, this is a relatively new team. Some of these players joined, I think, in the past couple of weeks, and when I look at this team, I see a lot of potential, but the question is, will they really be able to, I suppose, mesh well as a team? And we'll have to really see how that works out for them in these preseason playoffs. But I think I see that Azunis and Nevo is the flank, that's the Roamer and Flank Scout, and they're both French players, Peter, and if there's something we know about French players is that they're damn good at this game.
Yeah, they always are rumored to cheat, and that's usually a sign that they have pretty good aim. And Nevo is, I don't know, I want to say he's not exactly the most exciting scout out of France, but I've seen him around. He seems very solid, so maybe this is where he just steps up onto the big scene and really shows us what he's got. It should be very interesting to see. I think basically everyone on Aura Elektro are completely untried as far as Prem goes. Maybe has Leto been in Prem? I'm not even sure.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but you are right. I think most of these players, yeah, they are high players, so they certainly, this is their chance to prove themselves, to see if they deserve a spot in Season 27 Premiership. But I think, I suppose, against a bit of an unproven lineup of Lego, I know Lego constantly goes through iterations of its roster, but I think on the side of Lego, I think all of these players have played in Prem, save for Yippee, Peter.
Yeah, Yeah, Potato has. I'm not sure he's been on a stable team in Prem. It always seems like he's like in there for like half a season, but he's definitely been in Prem. He's been to LAN, and he keeps getting better. And as I said, I feel like sometimes he has kind of poor decision making, where at least I don't understand exactly why he's doing what he's doing. So maybe that just means he needs to work on his game sense, or he's just beyond me, just one step ahead of me. It depends on how you want to look at it. And then I don't know if you know about Yippee, but I don't really. Like, yeah, I definitely heard about him, but I don't really know much about him. I've just seen him around, and he seems pretty decent. That's really all I can say. So he's kind of a question mark to me. He did well in the warm up, but that was just one game. So
yeah, I think I came across him last season. He played on in a high team, and I think they got to semi-finals in the high playoffs last season. So I mean, certainly a potential talent there, but I haven't seen any of his play, so exciting to see how he performs. But the first map will be Process Beater, a map loved by all. So this should definitely, I think we might see quite a close game on Process.
Yeah, Lego was definitely looking the weakest of the two maps that I watched. Process was the one that they were struggling the most on, and I think Lego in general, I don't want to say they're historically weak on it, but it is one of those longer maps that has really long distances to cover when you want to push. So that's kind of, and Lego's thing is they push off of small advantages, and when you have a long map with a long distance like Snake Water and Process, that tends to not really play into their play style. So Process is probably the worst map for them of the three maps they're going to play today, and the three maps are Process, and then Gollywash, and then if we need to decide it, we'll go to Badlands. So I think that's about as good as it gets as far as maps go for Lego. But again, I don't think Process is a particularly good map for them. And I also heard them go through tactics. So if they're going through tactics now, then they haven't been playing together too much.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It could be a chance for an upset. I mean, if Aura Elektro get off to a good start, take the first map, who knows what that will do for Lego's motivation. But I mean, I think might be writing Lego off too quickly, Peter. I think Lego still have that core. They still have big names like Josh. They have Dr. Phil on Medic. Those are two really confident, really good players. And of course, Demul, who, I mean, just seems to play every class, Peter, and he's just so good at all of them. So I mean, I'm excited here for Lego. I'd like to see what they have in store, but I suppose it could go either way, Peter.
Yeah, like there's no doubt in my mind that Lego is the huge favorite here. But if we try to think about like how can Aura Elektro actually make this work, right? Like how can they win this? And I think the best way is that so we start off here on Lego's what I would say there is their weakest map, if I had to guess, and then so that's an advantage right off the bat, right? Because then they can build a ton of momentum, and then Lego can start doubting themselves, and they don't really have that team cohesion that haven't really gelled yet. So maybe comms get really fracked once they get frustrated. Maybe they haven't played enough, and the teams that they have played, they haven't really been stressed out. So maybe some people succumb to stress. I know, like both Josh and Potato can get kind of frantic if things don't go their way. So maybe that can clutter some comms, and then all of a sudden the teamwork falls apart, and then you have two kind of untried scouts in Yippee and Potato. And maybe if they start not really performing well, then all of a sudden everything could just fall apart for Lego. So I think that's Aura Elektro's kind of hope for this, and how they can pull out a surprise win in this first map. So that's my best theory, and there are definitely some DM talent on Aura Elektro's on roster, and you went through it, and I don't know, is it just me or did Eskimo used to play Scout? Or
I'm not entirely sure, but I think regarding GM talent, I'd certainly take a look at Nevo and Zunis. I just have a good feeling about this French flank pair, the synergy feeder from the fellow countrymen. I think certainly see some big plays from them. Maybe that might be the key to this game. But I think we do have most of the players in the server beater. Before we go live, want to give us a prediction?
My prediction will be that Lego's going to take this first map pretty comfortably. I think they are going to lose 2 rounds. So maybe they're going to win, I don't know, 6-2. Seems kind of like a fast game, so I'm being optimistic here. But I do think Lego will take it out somewhat comfortably. But what about you?
All right, well, for I mean, I know Peter, that could be the bias coming out here.
Oh yeah,
Long-time Lego player, but I will give it to Elektro. I'm gonna go for 4-3. I think it's gonna be certainly very close. I know Lego. It's very easy to say, you know, Legos are gonna take this easily enough, but they definitely have to make sure they don't slip up. You know, Elektro certainly has the potential to take this map, and I think Elektro just if they just try their best to stay focused. I mean, again, we don't really know these players about their nerves, if they get stressed out, things like that. Some players a lot more emotional than others, but I think if Elektro to stay calm and try and win this game, you know, they can edge out a win on this first map.
Yeah, and it's also worth noting that like Lego has a lot to lose here, right? Like you know, everyone kind of expects them to win, or at least consider them the heavy favorites, and that can really mess with your mindset, and it can really benefit an untried team to just know that, you know, nobody expects us to win. Like, we can just play freely, play with confidence, and just you know, like, you know, if they just focus on how annoying it can actually be for the opponent, you can kind of just project your own insecurities onto the other team, and then all of a sudden you just do amazingly well, and it's just so much fun to play as an underdog. At least in my opinion, I love being the underdog. There's just something about it. It just gives you that freedom to play in a way that can be super difficult for people to actually deal with. And oftentimes, like not caring and having a lot of confidence is almost the same thing, and at least in the way you play. And having confidence when you play TF2 is very important.
Absolutely, and I mean, there's that added factor of, I mean, if you are the underdog, you don't necessarily have, I mean, depends how you look at it. You could think you have something to prove, but at the same time, you know, if it is a name like Lego, you know, it might be, for some teams, maybe they won't tilt as hard, Peter, is the point I'm trying to make. You know, if you're the underdog, you might think, well, maybe we don't have a chance. Maybe we might just go and see how just play the game, see how it goes. But, I mean, we are going live here, Peter. If you are just joining us, this is ETF2L Season 27 Premiership Preseason Playoffs. We have Elektro versus Lego. Peter, take us through this first mid-fight.
Gladly. Gonna see a very fast rollout right off the bat from both demos. They're basically evenly fast, and no soldiers in their face right away. So I think we're just gonna see both teams just kind of settle in on their own side. Looks like Lego is playing slightly towards their own choke, while or Elektro are in their own right side. So far, neither team has jumped in, but as I say that, here comes Josh. He gets denied pretty heavily, but here comes the follow-up from Demul. He's up on the high ground, and they're going to have to deal with this aura, otherwise it's going to be bad, but they will get the first kill, so just right out of the gate here. Aura Elektro with the better kill. They have a lot of weak players, but a couple of arrows in, and there we go, they're going to take mid. Josh is stuck behind, though.
Yeah, Josh did get behind during all that chaos. I mean, there were so many weak players on the side of Elektro, but I mean, Lego maybe a bit too passive that mid, and so the first mid will go the way of Elektro, but of course Josh still behind. Hard to say what he's going to try for just yet. It looks like Elektro just kind of poised at this choke area. They are aware of Josh behind, but I think they might go back and deal with him first. Doesn't
yeah,
look
they
like
just spotted him, and Josh will jump up on the high ground here. He's going to try to MG spire them, but they're just kind of ignoring him. And this can be kind of dangerous if you just leave a guy behind, because then at some point, you know, Demul will maybe just jump in, and then Josh will come in from the other side, and they can actually make a really good suicide play.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it looks like Isildur has gone behind, maybe to try and take care of Josh. Josh is all the way behind, he's all the way at their own rollout, but they're just going to leave him there for now. I mean, Elektro have to make a decision if they want to take care of Josh, or if they want to maybe try and take an Uber exchange, but they have no advantages right now. They haven't been trying to make any sort of positioning into choke, but I mean, it looks like we have the sniper though.
Yeah, Demul, he's quietly snuck his way into PC, and he hasn't been spotted. Now he has. He hits a soldier with a big body shot, but that's not going to kill him. He was fully buffed. So you know, now the cat's out of the bag, and Josh is just still hanging out here. He's found this roamer, and neither of them are really wanting to take a fight. But yeah, there we go. The sniper gets a pick. So now the things get dicey. Josh is just still behind. I really like how passively he's played. He hasn't committed to anything.
He's been so patient, and that could really help them. And it looks like Lego taking this in. Dr. Phil taking so much damage. He's dropped Domo. He's going to have to escape, and the Uber has come out of Elektro. It looks like it's not a very good.
Josh on the demo man and spawn though.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, that's a really good pick, and that might just actually help Lego to defend this second point if he gets a kill onto Eskimo, but he will go down along with Dr. Phil. So yeah, about that medic pick, kind of saving Aura Elektro there.
Indeed, I'm trying to figure out exactly who's on Soldier. Right, because I thought Leto was going to be on Soldier, and then Eskimo. But Leto's on Demo Man. Am I reading this wrong?
I think Demo, Leto.
Oh, it's as soon as. Okay, it's as soon as that's the roamer, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
he's gonna get a penalty.
Perhaps, but I mean, Aura Elektro will have quite a sizable Uber advantage here to work with coming into this last, and I mean, process last, Notorious push doesn't go wrong very easily either, but looks like they will be making their way into lobby. They have this Uber advantage, they have the Uber up right now. Looks like they want to go with this. Eskimo leading this charge, the Uber has been popped, they got that heavy. Sentry gun has gone down, they haven't really got any frags with it, and Leto actually gets picked up from Josh, but he will trade with Nevo and Eskimo there, so not a super successful Uber charge, and that will give time for Dr. Phil to work up.
Oh yeah, they're even gonna get Zunis here up top. He was hiding up in the bunker there, and he got spotted, and then he got double teamed and get taken down. So now Phil will be left with a pretty sizable Uber. It's still only about 50%, so a lot of teams will definitely not push on this. But Lego is not any team, and the Mule is definitely out here. I think he's kind of alone. Yeah, so far he is alone, but we do see Lego in the lobby area, so you know, maybe they're just kind of playing it out here, and no, they are actually just going to push. So
yeah,
there goes Soldier up to Dr. Phil.
Yeah, he gets forced there by Eskimo. That's really good. Everybody shooting at him gets air shot there from Demul, and it looks like the rest of Aura Elektro were able to escape. It looks like Lollipop will again now have this Uber advantage. It's a bit back and forth, but they will be able to pick up the second point for now.
Yeah, this is an okay position for Lego, all things considered. It's not optimal, obviously, but you know, dealing with it with an Uber coming into second. Second is really easy to spam out a team as they walk in, so they usually have to Uber on entrance, and then it's very easy for Phil to get out. You can see he's holding very far back and he's healing a scout, so you know, he's going to be out of there real fast. Like, he's not going to be on it. Looks like we can see Aura Elektro. They're going to push him through the right side here. It's going to have to deal with some soldier spam and demo spam, but actually there's not a whole lot of spam, but the Lolly finds all of it. The little spam that actually came in there, so he's kind of out of it, and now everyone's just forward here. But Josh will actually go down, but so is Nevo, so this is looking pretty good for Lego, and now they have the Uber to actually fight this. And here comes the sword, and Lolly goes down. Oh my god, Potato Gun huge, coming in there from behind and just taking down the medic. Just the fat meat shot in the back of him, and that's a huge pickup there.
Yeah, Demo had so much damage on the medic, and then he just gets meat shot, and it looks like the rest of these players just getting caught out in sewers. That was really excellently played there from Lego, and that's a really confident push here into mid. And they're not really going to have a super big advantage here, but if they're fast, they might be able to do something with this. But I mean, they're going to confidently take mid, and could even look to push into second here, Peter.
Oh, for sure. They're going to go into second. You see Nabo, he was kind of holding forward a little bit, and then he's like, no, I'm just going to go back and go NG. So Lego, you know, they're just securing the area, and then they're a little slow to get on the point, but they secured the area first and then got on it. So very safe trap or cap here for Lego, and they should know that they have a small advantage. So you know, you can see them already moving into lobby. So I think they're just going to set up here, and then it's really key that they don't lose any players. We have a scout here that has gone sniper, so there's actually no scouts at all. I think this is Hems going sniper, but so far he hasn't found anyone, and Josh has walked in really far, and so has Phil. Like, he's taking a lot of chances here, but it's a good chance so far as it works out perfectly. Josh will get the Uber here. Now he's just going to be in their face and now put time on the point, and this is looking so strong. Everyone has been baited onto the point, and now the soldier comes in from behind, raining down rocket damage. Perfect play by Lego.
That was
really
incredible. Yeah, that was just incredible, and Josh was able to get the kill onto Lolly really early, so there's no chance they would have at all been able to delay that for the Uber charge. So the rest of the players, as he said, just got baited, and there was so much damage that they were able to clean that up, and that's a confident last push there for Lego Beater.
Yeah, absolutely. They played that really well, and just goes to show that there's a lot of game sense going on here, and they turned that around pretty easily. But what's happening on mid here, Frysk?
Well, it looks like the combo is playing on the left side. Leto getting a lot of kills from his medic, but this might allow Josh to try and make some sort of play, but he just gets completely denied there by the scouts. Domo going down as well. It's two big picks. I think Aura Elektro might have this mid in the bag, Beater, as they try to jump forward and collect these frags. Jamil getting just destroyed there at the end, and it looks like Aura Elektro have the numbers to just push this into second, Beater.
Yeah, the big sponge play basically. Like they just kind of play really passively and then absorb the soldiers as they come in, and then just beat out Lego on these mids. So Lego, they definitely need to work on their mids here. It would make this map a lot more comfortable for them. As it is, they're stuck on last with the even Ubers, and they will have Potato just sniping here with the Machina. That thing's still not banned, so you know, maybe we can see some collateral medic drops here coming out. But other than that, it's going to be exciting to see how they will, or Elektro will try to break this stalemate. They have no sniper, so you know, I almost expect the scout to run in at some point. Looks like it might be a soldier instead, but yeah, sniper has been spotted.
Yeah, that Machina could be pretty strong. I mean, process last, as you know, just has some cheeky sightlines that might be overlooked by some teams, like some teams out. But I mean, it looks like Lollipop holding a little further back at the entrance to IT. So I suppose they're just waiting to see if they can get some sort of pick. Looks like Josh is in lobby protecting Demul, who's still trying to get a pick.
Yeah, they're just waiting it out here. Playing kind of passively. Of course, Lego, they are ahead 1-0, so they could technically just wait forever. But actually, Potato will get taken down. He had one soldier to defend him, but it wasn't enough. The soldier was sort of jumping in there very aggressively and taking him down. And they will send in another soldier.
Well, Eskimo's faked for the point. He's just going to walk out again, but I mean, looks like Leto's poised to take the supercharge in. They've got a lot of players in onto last now. They haven't used the overcharge just yet. They're just trying to just play the point, trying to just edge the point.
Yeah, they got like Uber out of Phil. That's a really huge deal. And now the counter will come out, and Phil is dead. This was a really great bait out here, but Josh has actually popped a banner. Oh my God! Just the defensive capabilities of that battalion's backup is just absolutely crazy. It's just causing the survival on Legos to be so great. And now Potato, he's on the medic here. I'm sure he's going to get him, and Lloyd's just going to kill himself. So clutch banner coming up from Josh.
Yeah, Josh, that's incredible. That was just the most perfect banner, saving Lego on that last, and if you even was able to clean up the scout and the medic there. So it looks like we do actually have Nevo playing that sniper. Maybe he's on the crates. Might look to get some sort of sightline as Lego might look to push in here. Both sodas of Lego have jumped in. Looks like the soldier's onto Dr. Phil though. He gets taken down by a nice pipe from Tomo. But Josh falls to the headshot of Nevo, and that's 2 picks here for Elektro. But there's a couple of weak players, so let's see what Lego want to do. Doesn't look like they have any positioning at mid.
So close to dying as well, yeah. He actually gets out alive, so it's a great job by Ikenwall there. The Lego, they definitely have to call off that push there after losing 2. Oh, eventually they will stabilize, and they do still have an Uber advantage. So if they can just get spawners there in time, this should be a pretty good push opportunity. Of course, they are ahead 1-0, so they don't need to rush anything necessarily. They can just play it safe if they feel like it. They know there's a sniper that they're pushing into, so they might not feel comfortable actually doing anything. But they are just going to Uber in here through PC, and the sort of going really far in, and Nebo is definitely going to die here. He's in the face of a demo man and a soldier. But that was the only casualty, it looks like, and that's pretty decent. There might be a second soldier here in the skybox, but barely survives there. And so that's just going to be a Lego cap, but not a whole lot else.
Yeah, the Uber was a bit hopeful. They were only able to get that sniper pick, so it's not looking incredibly good here for Lego, as Lollipop will have a pretty big advantage here. It looks like they might want to take the soldiers in through IT. They might just be doing the exact same as what Lego did. They're poised to go right now. They have a little bit of time to think about what they want to do, but they will be taking Eskimo in. Eskimo looking to get out here through this IT area. Lollipop finally popping that off. Looks like Demul might get cleaned up here. Will go down as the rest of the Lego safely get out to second.
Yeah, it's really well played there by Lego. Demul went in for the suicide, and that's going to be the only guy down. I don't think Lego's going to be able to actually block this, but they are definitely pushing in here. And oh, they actually lose 2 in PC, so that's kind of sketchy.
And Eskimo forces off the Uber charge. I had to interrupt you there, as that was a really good play now, and Dr. Phil going to get back to second to deal with the scout on second, and Evo will fall, but it looks like the rest of Elektro might want to try and peek this, but it looks like they have the player advantage, so Elektro, oh well, a nice pipe onto Domo there. You'll be getting cleaned up as well. I was looking pretty bad for Elektro, if I'm honest, but they just turned that around.
Yeah, the fat Leto pipes just completely turning the tide. As we see Elektro, they're pushing on to second now. They're definitely going to get it. And now they will have a tiny Uber advantage to actually push in here. They are building, so it seems like they are aware of it. But Lego, they're going to have to kite this Uber a little bit if they get pushed on really fast. So definitely a perilous situation here for Lego. They are running a heavy now in spawn. So this is kind of the cheese strat where you just buy time at this heavy and just go into spawn at any time if they actually shoot at him.
They're walking this Uber in. I mean, they haven't popped this off yet. It's a good play, but Leto might get picked up. He's so weak, but we'll get an arrow from his medic, and looks like Dr. Phil finally coming up on a supercharge. They might be able to clean up a frag above here in Panic Room, but it's a bit cagey right now, Peter. There's no frags happening just as of yet, but the big drop onto Lollipop.
No.
Oh my goodness, that's really good stuff there from Domo. That's wonderful, and that's just a car crash of a push. Looks like the rest of the Elektro players just have to try to make their way out or try to go for some kind of play. It looks like there's a scout in on the right hand side. He might be able to get onto Dr. Phil. He's gotten a good meat shot in there, but he will get picked up there from Potato, and that's just incredible, Peter.
Yeah, that drop just a really big deal. I think that's the second time that a drop has just turned it completely in the favor of Lego. Lego, they have been struggling here. I don't feel they've actually been playing that well, but they've been kind of been bailed out by Lolly dropping some Ubers. So they can definitely be happy about that. And now they're building Uber. They have a slight advantage again. This is going to be very difficult to actually push into mid on. Okay, just look how far away from choke everyone's standing. Like you see Lolly standing in basically the best spot as a medic. You can retreat into PC so easily here.
Well, it looks like they may have seen that. They look like they want to go this sewers. So they have 2 picks as well. So that's a Nevo and Azuna's falling. So it looks like
the demo's too far forward here. He's actually trying to jump out, and it looks like he will make it out. Leto's on 2 HP. That's a close shave if I've ever seen any. But he made the right decision. He got rewarded for it there. Just jumped out immediately, realizing he was too far forward. But Lego, they jump in and they actually send a soldier, but he's in the skybox now, and he will eventually crater. He tried to go for the force there on Lolly, but this time... Is Lolly actually a girl? I forget.
I'm not entirely sure, I'll be honest, but...
Alright, it's a male. Alright. I don't know, it's a female name. But either way, he held on.
Oh, but Azunas is in on mid and he gets destroyed there from a really nice play from Domo. Nevo was backing him up but decides to leave. He tried to go for some kind of play, but it wasn't enough, and Lego, I mean, they have 1 pick. They might be able to send in some sort of counter sack, but they are walking sewers with Demul and Dr. Phil. They might take the supercharge in. Looks like Demul is going all the way in. He gets completely destroyed, and that is just good. They're just going to call that off. It looks like Potato's in as well. He gets cleaned up as well, so I mean, they have that spawner as well in Aura Elektro, so they have that 2-player advantage, and we'll have to see Peter if they want to make anything work here.
Yeah, it's really bad that the Potato actually died there, because just losing a roamer is not a big deal, but losing a scout and a roamer, that can be pretty critical, as Phil will do a surf and then do the counter Uber. And so far, this is a pretty good Uber for Lego. Actually, the demo man might get dropped here. Yeah. Phil drops his demo man, and then immediately gets taken down afterwards. So just the man advantage was too much here, and there's some really nice stickies from Leto against Lego. And Soda even jumps in here. He's gonna be met with a scout, so probably not a good idea to jump in, and he will go back out. But a great push there coming out from Aura. And Lego, they continue to struggle here. It's only 1-0 so far.
Yeah, it's a lot closer than I thought, and they will be able to comfortably pick up the 2nd point. They have the advantage here, so I'll have to see this time, Peter, if Lolly will be able to make this push without dropping the Uber. So they're going to get the Uber pretty soon. Looks like Yuppie's up on the engineer. Have the sniper of Potato peeking the lobby area, so we'll have to see if any cheeky collaterals happen running that Machina. But looks like they are poised in lobby. They're ready to go. They have the Uber charge. I think they want to go as quickly as they can.
Yeah, it's just a matter of where they go. But so far they've been kind of slow. I think they're waiting for respawners to come in, and they do have time for that. But obviously, if you take just a little bit too long, Dr. Phil will be able to get his Uber. So they're definitely doing it kind of wrong here. And that was a very early Uber, and they weren't really in a good position. They do take down one guy really fast, but Nebu will go down.
Oh, the pipe from Leto onto Josh. That's incredible. They have 2 picks here. There's so many weak players though on our Elektro. It's like Eskimo's trying to jump in, trying to get that point, but of course Dr. Phil all that time still had the Uber charge, so that push completely fails. But it was a good effort, but they weren't able to get that Uber charge out of Dr. Phil, and here they go out to 2nd. They should be able to take mid comfortably enough. They have some players spawning, but they still have 3 players who are down on Aura Elektro, so Lego's certainly going to be trying to get into 2nd. Or into mid, I should say.
They just have to not fall for this sticky trap here, and actually the medic gets completely... he almost got caught in there, so... a little bit dangerous play there by Lolly, but he will survive. It's actually a soldier onto the medic. And that's also a point block. Look at that, there's a back cap, but Lego does get the cap here, and they haven't lost the medic either. But they have lost 2 players, so this is actually looking pretty dicey for Lego. Great block play there coming in. And now there are players behind, and this could be very, very uncomfortable for Lego. Phil will finally reconnect out and reconnect with his team and get out. But that was some really monstrous soldier bomb there. Everyone from Lego was just bunched up on the point, but now they're gonna fight here. Uber v Uber fight.
Yeah, they just hand that solo onto Demul, but it looks like Dr. Phil decides that the Uber isn't super good, so he will back up. Demul seems to have actually rocket ship behind the team, so I have to say if Demul wants to make anything happen, he's at choke, he's just going to jump this point. Will he get anything done? No, he gets destroyed. Bit of hopeful there from Demul perhaps, but to get a good bit of damage onto Lollipop, but Lollipop will be moving into the lobby with the rest of his team. He only has 30%, the Ubers are pretty much equal, but we'll have to see if they want to make some sort of dry push here, and that's seems to be what they're doing. They're coming in on this right hand side, but looks like
lose the demo though. That's probably gonna be enough for that. And look at that Domo coming in, just like basically insta-deading the medic. The Domo does go down, so there's still a small chance that people can get on point, but no, the soldiers will not have any of that, and we're only left with Eskimo, and he's not going to be in any position to really block anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about that, Peter. What do you think of that dry push on the right-hand side into last? I mean, they only had about 40%, and it just completely went so wrong for them.
Yeah, I didn't quite like it. I know that's very easy to say after the fact, but no, I didn't quite like it. Ubers were definitely a non-factor, so I could definitely see them maybe try to go in right side and then just try to bait people in and maybe get a pick. I'm guessing that's what they were trying to do, but the Demo Man just took so much damage, and he didn't quite have the backup that he needed, and then he died. And then they just immediately needed to get out, and Lolo just went in a little bit too far, and then just got immediately piped and sticky. But here we go, Lego, they're pushing in onto middle, putting on a lot of pressure, and everyone's just weak right now for Aura Elektro.
That was just all Demul. Demul jumped in, he forced Lollipop and I think it was Leto out of IT, and then he picked up 2 frags. I think he got so much damage onto Lollipop. Lollipop must have been on just a few points of health, but looks like they're just going to run this in, and they have the Uber charge. But looks like Jomo gets picked up though by a soldier from behind. Got cleaned up as well. I mean, the post Uber, I mean, it could go the way of
here comes the
these
banner
teams.
though.
Yeah, the banner coming out of Josh.
And he's just bombing in there, and everyone's just taking so little damage from Lego. This is so difficult to deal with. Well, overall though, not the most crazy banner that we've ever seen, but it definitely forced everyone back and made what could have been a close fight, not even a proper fight at all, as everyone just opted to retreat from Aura. And we actually see a spy. Is that just in spawn checking, or is that an actual spy?
That's a Zunis on spy. He's in lobby. He's cloaking and creeping his way up here. They know they're building the Uber, so he has a bit of time to get in position.
Yeah, he's just gonna. He kind of cloaked very early, so he's very short on cloak, so he's just not gonna stand still for a very long time. But actually, the medic drops down into a position where the spy can't get to him. So Phil, he's gonna have to watch his back here, otherwise it's gonna be a knife in it. I think Lego, they're just pushing forward here into choke, or not so into choke, sorry, into lobby, and just making space for the sniper. Here comes the spy. Actually, he's been spotted. He missed a backstab there. I think he went for the Demo Man. So not quite a success, and now Josh gonna try to spam down his sentry gun. He will get it. So just already, this is looking really good for Lego. They're just gonna push it on the right side. Well, there is no sentry now, and there we go. Yuba comes in, but this could look pretty good for Lego. But as I say that, they lose both scouts basically, as a scout and a sniper, and now Lego are down 2, and they don't have very good heals either. So if Aura decide to push out here, they could definitely make this work.
Oh, a nice rocket onto Eskimo. I'm not sure if the stream caught that, but it looks like it won't really do much though, as Lego don't really have the positioning to stay in, but he'd be running into a pipe actually, as we see Demul returning with the headshot. But I mean, yeah, the Demul on last playing sniper. It seemed like Lego were just hoping for Demul to pick up another frag to get 2 picks to walk that in, but I mean, Aura Elektro just brought the Uber charge to them and it didn't work out, and here they are at mid.
Yeah, it's probably the most active 1-0 game with about 7 minutes left that I've ever seen. You know, it's not like teams aren't pushing. They really are pushing. They're just failing so hard over and over again. And we actually see another spy play. So he's gonna... Man, these guys really need to have their proper names. This is
Well,
annoying.
this is Azunis. I'm pretty sure Azunis making his way on the spy, and Dr. Phil has walked into sewers, and I think Azunis knows this, and this could be a good opportunity to get a pick here onto Dr. Phil, but he'll have to be quick enough, as Dr. Phil does have the Uber, but Demul, they are waiting for the Demul sniper to get a pick, because...
Yeah, Phil is not checking his back right now, so he doesn't expect it. Oh, he actually just randomly walks into the spy there, head first, so yeah, I'd say he locked out on that one. But once again, the spy has been dealt with, and now LEGO are one man up, and they have this sniper that they're trying to play around. So this can definitely just snowball out of control if Aura is not careful.
Yeah, especially if Demul is allowed to get a pick. I mean, he's been peeking a lot, he hasn't really hit any headshot right there as he was trying to walk in. So LEGO kind of going to reset just back at mid here, and I mean, all that for nothing really, Peter, as these teams again just going to be stalemating here as they wait for, well, LEGO waits for Demul to get some sort of pick. He's pretty far back, so it's a pretty passive position for a sniper to be hoping for some player on Aura Elektro to show themselves, but I suppose that's what LEGO will be waiting for, and as I say, that Eskimo's jumping in, trying to get onto Dr.
Oh
Phil!
my god, he gets Phil!
Eskimo, yes, that's incredible! I can't believe that worked out for him. That was an incredible bomb. He got a really nice direct rocket. That's really good. This is going to set Aura Elektro up really nicely. They have to still be wary of that Demul sniper though, but I mean, that's incredible from Eskimo. That set them up so well. They have enough time here to think about what they're going to do. This is really good for Aura Elektro, Beater.
Yeah, Eskimo got like bounced around, and I'm pretty sure Phil tried to surf it out, but then he just like bumped his head against the feet of Eskimo, and then Eskimo could just hit the second rocket. So here we go. And Uber comes in for him. For Aura, and they will have a soldier in the skybox, but he got kind of denied by some stickies, and every single person from LEGO are just out of this mid. But they are still left holding second here with only a very slight Uber advantage, and there's 5 minutes left, so they can definitely lose around here, and we can make it into a golden cap. So LEGO, they have to be a little bit sweaty here. This is a very uncomfortable situation, and they are not playing that well, and Dr. Phil had his first drop of the season to kind of equal it out a little bit here.
Yeah, that's one drop now for Dr. Phil, but I mean, he will have an advantage here on Lollipop. I'm not sure if they're aware of it, but Aura Elektro seem to know they have a disadvantage. They're quite far back, just building with the scouts, so I think they're going to wait for the Ubers to come into the equation here, Peter, before they do anything.
We will see how they approach this. I think Eskimo is about to get a fat buff and just go in again. No, it literally just worked, so he's going to be confident. And here we go, he's in. He's made it in, but he's taking a lot of damage, and he's actually just going to be slowed down enough that he can just get out again. And instead, we're going to see Neighbor going down to Demul in PC. Oh, maybe it's going to be on LEGO now to try and make some sort of play. We'll see. They definitely have the man advantage for a short while to actually make some space and then get their soldier in. But so far, LEGO is just playing passive. They're kind of content to just sit back. And do you think Neighbor's going to go sniper here?
I mean, I think that's the kind of thing that he needs to do, but that would be putting a lot of pressure. Oh, well, he has actually, but might be a lot of pressure on him. I mean, there's 4 minutes. It may be a small time pressure right now to get one round to tie this up, but they might be anxious to try and do something, Peter. But it looks like they have decided that the Nevo sniper will be there, take it into the second, so they will try and get the Nevo sniper into sewers. But I mean, Dr. Phil isn't in any sightline from sewers. He's positioned quite well, but Nevo will have to make a shot pretty quickly. I mean, they've already spotted him, so they will position themselves accordingly, but he's going to have to make something happen soon, as the clock is counting down, so they'll have to try to make something work.
Yeah, it's not quite desperate yet, but like we're in the stage where LEGO is threatening to just park the bus, right? Like that's what they're threatening right now, and they did just lose their medic, and it looks like we have a pause. So if I know LEGO correctly, they just lost their medic in the last push or something. That's that's how it usually goes. But
right now, I mean, yeah, Nevo went down there at the end of that. So I mean, LEGO, as he said, threatening that parking the bus. And I mean, is this LEGO? I mean, LEGO has so many different iterations, but do you think this LEGO is the type of LEGO that would do that? What do you think? What do you think, Peter? If you were the medic right now for LEGO, what would be your decision?
Oh, I'd do a whole bunch of nothing as medic here. I would LEGO, but actually look at where Asunas is. He's in PC, and LEGO just for a short moment are not looking. We actually see everyone having their back to him, and like maybe Josh has spotted him, but I'm not sure. And Phil definitely has his back to him right now at this very moment. So there's a chance that we can just see Phil basically just get forced to drop right as we unpause. That would be quite the spectacle.
I think that would even it out, wouldn't it? That would be 2 drops for Medic in this map.
Yeah, that would indeed even things out, but we're definitely getting ahead of ourselves here. It's very difficult to actually tell what's going on, and you know, when you're in this lobby, oh, there we go. Phil will actually take a big rocket, but he's gonna surf away, but eventually get forced. So he did indeed get forced. So wow, just right off the bat, coming out of that that pause was a huge play.
Yeah, Domo just jumped in there. He got a really nice sticky. That was a good way of salvaging that. But I mean, they did of course lose that Demo Man. Looks like Elektro are gonna try and contest this. They have the banner from Josh as well, but Leto getting cleaned up immediately, and this banner could wreak havoc with Elektro as Scout goes down here to Lippy, or to Yippy. As
Eskimo's behind line. See, he's gonna be trying to take out Domo here. Domo, just now. Oh no, Eskimo. Oh no, he just like turned his back on the exact perfectly wrong moment, and now we have a kind of a clown fight. But it looks like Eskimo will win it. Yeah, so demo down for Lego, and a soldier at the respawn that they have to deal with. Oh, that was a bit of a weird situation, and Lego they just keep on pushing forward, and it looks like they're gonna take second with ease. Now it's just a matter of actually dealing with this Eskimo soldier behind line. We saw Josh wreaking havoc before, and let's see if Eskimo can do the same.
Yeah, I mean, this is not looking super good here for Elektro. I mean, 2 minutes 15 seconds on the clock. They're gonna be really anxious to either wait for Lego to push in and try and repush incredibly quickly, or they might have to try something they don't want to, either try and push out of last. But I mean, Lego have every advantage here. They're quite comfortably sitting on second with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, they did just lose Potato there for a short moment, but that was the pause. So we are back in almost real time again. As we actually see an Uber fight here for Lego, and it is not looking too good for Lego, but they're actually threatening with the back cap. They've Ubered a soldier in back behind, and now Phil will go back.
Fight. Incredible, as Leto and Olipop might want to try and get in here. He just eats a pipe, and that'll be Potato that cleans him up. So, I mean,
yeah, there's 1.5 minutes left, and Lego just decided not to push on this. I like this decision. It's even Ubers, and just holding back here is going to be really smart. So, if you just do nothing for a whole while, you force out a dry push coming out from process last, and that's really difficult to do. So Lego, as long as they're in a good position to spam, this should be basically a checkmate situation for them.
Yeah, for sure, but looks like Elektro have seen the clock. They're in lobby. They might want to try something. They do have an advantage here. Or, not, my mistake actually, Dr. Phil has an advantage.
Eskimo gets completely denied the close pipe, and 2 other players go down as well, and Lego, they could push in on this. Again, I feel like you should just not do it, right? Because now you bring yourself into danger here, but this is looking very overwhelming, and it looks like Lego will take this. Yeah, they're just going to stand some people on the point, and that's going to be 2-0 off of that forced push coming out from Aura, as Lego were just kind of holding it. So GG's have been called, and there's just a good tactical play there from Lego at the end, but a very shaky map for them overall.
Yeah, I was surprised, you know, I mean, your prediction of 6-2 for Lego, completely thrown out the window. I mean, I was completely wrong as well, but still quite close, Peter. I mean, going into this next map, I think Lego still have a bit to think about.
Yeah, their mids were pretty crappy, and okay, there were only 2 of them, or 3 of them to be fair. No, there were only 2 of them actually. I'm not going to count this last one here. So okay, maybe that's not the overall factor, but they beefed a lot of pushes, and they made a lot of mistakes, and they just overall they were looking pretty weak actually. So while Lego did come out the victors, it was not looking very convincing at all. So let's look at some logs, shall we?
That's a good idea. I think the logs should be on the stream right now. The first thing I notice is, I mean, Demul and Azunis, those are the roamers of these teams, seem to be kings of the damage of this game.
Yeah, it's pretty normal for Demul to top damage for Lego. I'm pretty sure he's just such a beast, and Josh does play very loose with his medic. Right, so you kind of expect maybe Domo to do a lot of damage, but as it turns out, it's often Demul that ends up doing a whole ton of damage. But it's mostly just because he's a beast, and then The second thing that I noticed is Yippee dying 5 times, which is the same amount that both medics died. So we definitely know who the pocket scout here is.
Absolutely.
It's very easy to tell.
Relatively speaking, Peter, this is somewhat of a low damaging game. You normally see maybe 1 or 2 players break the 300 DPM mark, but it's all hovering, and top damage is hovering around the low 200 DPM. So I suppose that kind of reflects how, I suppose, stalemate at times this game was.
Yeah, could you imagine if the vaccinator had been allowed?
No.
It would have been even worse. But yeah, both teams definitely need to work on their last pushes here. Lego had a really good last push, but then after that, it kind of crumbled, and they had a lot less success. It seemed more like it wasn't so much the last pushes that was a problem. I think it was mostly out on the map. They kind of faltered. Whenever they went for like a suicide, they'd lose several people, and then it would snowball out of control, and they'd have to give up points. While yeah, go on.
I just feel like there was a lot of individual, good plays, a lot of medic drops, things like that. We saw some sniper from Nevo and Potato. We also had Demul as well. But I just feel like with these huge advantages, something always went wrong, Peter, didn't it? There was always some mistake from each team, which just kept throwing the game back and forth. And I mean, that's really why we saw such a low round game.
Yeah, it definitely felt like Lego didn't win because they played better. They won because they made fewer mistakes than an Aura. That's kind of the feel that I'm left with. I definitely want to see both teams step it up a little bit here in the second map, which will be Gollywash, which I do think is a better map for Lego. So I think there's going to be a lot more pushes on this map, and I think they have really strong last pushes as well. Like they're very well versed in how to actually capitalize on the advantages on this map, and in general, Josh is just the best main caller on this map. So I'm pretty excited to see this as a Lego fanboy, But Lego, they definitely have something to prove here. I feel like they didn't play that very well their first map. It was looking very sketchy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, as much as we've talked about the mistakes, it's still, at the end of the day, Peter, it is a one-map advantage, which can be tough for a team, when they're one map down, trying to claw their way back, as we all know. So Elektro certainly have to bring their A game in this map.
Yeah, absolutely. And the winner of this this whole match, this best of 3, will move on to the next round in the upper bracket, where they will be playing against Bugslayers, who were seated higher than either of these teams. So, and then the losing team will go into the loser bracket. So it's a double elimination qualifier, and the top 4 teams will qualify for Prem. So that's the situation, and Lego are now up 1-0 in maps in a pretty closely fought map. And we are apparently looking at a server change. Might be Potato. He was dropping quite a bit, it seemed. I don't think he was actually in the game at the very, very, very end there. So maybe that's the issue.
Yeah, perhaps. But maybe we should talk a little bit about Gollywash. I mean, you said Gollywash might be a bit of a stronger map for Lego. I mean, does it come down to, I think you were mentioning the the Josh as a really strong caller on this map. I mean, having played with him, and I mean, having already seen him play on a lot of really strong lineups of Lego, how's that going to really affect this game in terms of, or Elektro being quite new? Do you think it's going to be a really strong factor in this map?
Yeah, I do think it actually will be. I think there's going to be a lot of, I don't want to say weird pushes, but kind of on very small advantages pushes where it's just like, oh, we just did a lot of damage and they didn't hit us, let's just push. Right, like those kind of things where a lot of teams wouldn't push where they can do it. And on Gollywash, because it's such a relatively close quarter map, if you just push on those kind of advantages and the other team decide to just retreat a little bit, they will just actually just be in a terrible position, and they're going to have to back out completely, and they'll have to give up a point. So, I do feel like that's kind of the key to their success on Gollywash, and why I enjoy watching them so much on this map. But we'll see. They are still a very new, young roster, and I know they have some pretty set strategies. So maybe those won't work with with the new roster here. So that will be time to tell. So we are going to be on the same server. Looks like it is indeed Potato that's feeling a little bit nervous about this. He was apparently crashing. So
yeah, well, Peter, before this match starts, how about we do the honors and give some predictions?
Sure thing. You'll get to start this time.
I'm going to stay with Elektro. However, seeing last map, I'm going to say 3-2 to Elektro.
Me too. All right, and I will go with 3-1 to Lego. So once again, we will disagree. And, that's always the most exciting thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think mostly when I cast with you, you are incredible at predicting these things, and then you barely fail, right? Like just when you're about to gloat, everything goes wrong. I think
that has happened a few times, but tonight I think I'm completely wrong. So we'll have to see if
it's about time.
Elektro will save me in my legend of correct predictions.
Indeed. Let's see. Yeah, we're actually going to go live now. So this is going to be map number 2 of the ETF2L Season 27 Prem qualifiers. This is the upper bracket round 1, Lego versus Elektro. Lego won the first map in a very closely fought map with very few points. Let's see how they do on this mid.
Yeah, we see Leto and Demo going for that choke rollout as looks like a lot of Elektro playing on their own side. Looks like Demul hasn't been spotted and he could jump up here and try to get a lot of damage. He's actually got so much damage onto Lollipop, but Josh, Potato and Demul get taken down. There wasn't really enough damage there, and yeah, it looks like Lego is going to have to hold all the way back to last.
Once again, another bad mid for Lego. It's an unfortunate series of events, I'd say, for Lego. There's actually a sorter coming in onto the medic. I think he's trying to go for Dr. Phil, but Dr. Phil eats a single rocket and then survives, so he will be just fine. And it's going to be just immediately after the mid fight. It's going to be a last hold and a stalemate. But we might see some off classes coming out here. I think we've seen some spy and sniper both from this roamer, and actually he's going to hold the door open for Nevo, so that works too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good choice there for Rummer this few months ago to try and force Dr. Phil, but it has resulted in a bit of a stalemate situation, and as we said, we have the Nevo sniper, so Elektro gonna look for something, and Nevo actually does get that body shuttle to Just. That was a nice shot. That will give them some space here to make their way into lobby.
Yeah, Lego, they were doing the forward hold there, and that's usually really effective at actually countering the sniper, but a nice body shot there coming up from Nevo onto Josh. Josh not going to be happy about that one. We see a sniper in Riverside coming out from Potato. So everything's just being taken very carefully here by Elektro. We can see Nevo almost deciding to peek out on balcony there, but decides against it. So he's just kind of dancing around trying to find a good angle, seeing if he can make anything happen. And there we go. Shot. He found the angle.
Yeah, so you'll have a lot more freedom here to peek these entrances. But yeah, he's just gonna take that sniper pick for now, but he still has to get something a little more meaningful to be able to make anything happen. But Demul is picked up there from Azunis and a Skype buddy, so I mean, it's pretty comfortable here for Elektro. They have they keep getting picks. They have a lot of time here for Nevo to try and make something happen. But it looks like Azunis wants to jump in. Looks like Potato actually getting killed again, but looks like Azunis actually does get the force. So that's pretty good here for Elektro. As looks like they all want to push through this Riverside.
Yeah, great play here. Lego's in a lot of trouble, and if all things are fair, they should definitely lose this. Yeah, Yippee even going down. He's actually gonna get the force out there off of Lolly. Leto, he's not sticking the point here. That might be a mistake, but he hits a nice pipe onto Potato. And Lego, they have now lost a lot. There will be a banner out here for Josh, but he's basically alone. And it's just not going to be enough. There's actually Dr. Phil with the saw, but it's just not going to be enough. There's the great force opening up that entire push sequence, and Lego will go down 1-0. Great play.
Yeah, that was a really great play from Elektro. Really good push onto last, and they have that round advantage, so they should be feeling confident going into the second mid-fight. Take us there, Beater.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we see a Demo Man going basically completely standard so far, and then he's going to be raiding down definitely to Big Door. But actually we see sort of Josh going to be very aggressively up on top, and immediately they're going to get a pick. So this might be Lego's first good shot at getting a good mid here. So Josh has jumped in once again. He does get taken down, but he did a lot of damage, and now Lego, they have the chance to move forward, but the scouts are kind of alone forward here, along with a soldier, and all of a sudden, yeah, Lego, they're just not playing together well enough, and like that was looking so promising, but they were just scattered all over the place and didn't focus fire well enough, and they will eventually end up losing this mid.
Yeah, it's another poor mid here from Lego, and looks like Elektro again going to be able to comfortably get into second. It looks like Lego may want to try some sort of contest from this balcony area as Zunis gets juggled all the way up in the air, but he might just escape for now, and they are going to take the supercharge in. Domo leading this as looks like Lollipop has completely milked this to death as finally pops that off, and this is really bad here for Josh and Dr. Phil as they may have to leave out here from lobby, but Josh might want to contest this, but he's taking so much damage he gets cleaned up there with the scouts, and Yippee going in, trying to get something. Dr. Phil getting picked up as well. It was really scrappy at the end here. It's only 2 alive. It's Demul and Potato as Potato's actually quite weak on last year, and the rest of our Elektro is flooding in, cleaning up these 2 players, and the point completely free to take right now.
Yeah, and a nice little 2-pipe on Potato, and that's going to be 2-0, so already my prediction is out the window, and yours is looking great. And Lego, they're just completely crumbling right now. Those second holds are just bad, and Phil's getting forced, and the mids are not working at all, so they're going to be struggling here to find anything positive to actually build off of. And this is a very dangerous position. If you don't start turning this around, you're just going to lose 5-0.
Yeah, here we go. We'll have to see if Leo can try to get some success on this next mid, but starts off badly as Domo gets picked up almost immediately, and I mean, looks like Josh wants to try to get in here onto Lollipop. I think he had the airshot opportunity but missed that. Dr. Phil as well. Azunis played a really good mid there. He actually, over that mid, he picked up the Demo Man and the Medic, so again, this is just another poor mid from Lego as the rest of the Lego players have to just back off and let this Elektro team get in here, take the second. And Peter, I mean, this is looking really good here. They have this huge advantage as Dr. Phil did get picked up, so they have a lot of time to think about what they're going to do. This could be another good last push here. They aren't running any sort of off classes, though. We do see Potato on the side of Lego running that sniper.
Yeah, the only positive thing here for Lego was that they did jump in a lot of players onto the Medic, so he spent a lot of time surfing instead of actually building Uber, so it's going to be a little bit delayed here. Phil will obviously not be able to get his Uber in time, but they did have time to set up a sentry and get some buffs and all that good stuff, and the move will go down straight away, and Potato is just absorbing so much damage, but eventually he does go down. And now Lego, they're just basically all down onto the point, but oh my god, nice rocket there from Josh, just doing work, and Domo as well with a nice pipe, and that's going to be a hold. That was a very close hold, but Lego, they clutched this, and they really needed to put some brakes on that train because it was running away.
Yeah, absolutely, they're going to be able to bring this out into second. Leto and Lollipop might want to contest this, but looks like Potato will be able to support this second push, but Elektro will be able to actually hang back at mid, but Leto goes down to a spam rocket from Demul, so I mean, this could be a good opportunity for Lego to push in here. Yippee already getting in through choke. Looks like Demul's playing on the floor. He might be able to pressure Elektro out of choke, and it's looking pretty good for Lego as Potato wanting to try and contest the sniper in Big Door, but it's a lot of damage, but it looks like Lego able to keep all of their players alive, and they have the super advantage, so Peter, looks like they might want to go quickly here through Big Door.
Yeah, they're kind of thinking about maybe just waiting a little bit. Here we go, Josh jumping in very aggressively. There is a sniper, but the sniper hits Josh, but it actually will take down Josh, so probably worth it here. But the Uber has been popped, and there's a lot of damage coming out for Domo, just raining down sticky fire, and there we go, even hits a pipe. But now the counter Uber will come out from Lolly, and here we go. Lego, they will have to just scatter here, and they didn't make it out of choke. Domo going down, that's a really huge pick, and Dr. Phil, he's just alone in Big Door, and there's a single other person, that's Demul. He's behind lines, but he gets taken down as well, so bad push coming out from Lego eventually. Just Josh getting body shot there was a really big deal, and once again, Lego just looking to defend last almost again.
Yeah, Lego are they haven't really been in command so far this game. They're always on the back foot, they're always on last, they're always defending. But Dr. Phil will have pretty much equal lubers here with Lollipop, so Nevo is on the sniper, so I mean they're gonna, I assume, try to get an angle here for Nevo.
Yeah, it's gonna be basically another stalemate. We see the sniper, and you know, maybe we'll see him jump out of a balcony and get that hero pick, but so far he's just been really good at finding a good angle to body shot people. So I kind of suspect that he's just gonna keep doing that. You know, some people are just really good at finding those body shots. There's been several people like that in TF2's history. Oh, big dispenser pick. Surely they're going to push off of it. That's huge. Absolutely crazy. As we see binds fly in chat and everything. They know this is crazy. Crazy gameplay coming up. Oh, we actually misses the body shot on too. And eventually dies out. So, you know, I think that's a mistake not pushing off of the big dispenser pick. So, opportunity wasted. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
not much happened.
Yeah, Nevo paying with his life for not pushing off a dispenser, but yeah, it looks like his team weren't able to protect him there, so he got picked up. We'll have to see if Nevo comes back on any sort of off class now. It looks like Elektro running the standard lineup, and Lego kind of made their way into the lobby. They might try. I mean, Josh and some of the other combo players have been hanging around this lower shutter a couple of times, and I'm not sure if it's something that they want to try and make some sort of push happen with it, but for the time being, they're just going to hold in lobby.
Potato almost going down there to a soldier, and Lego, they're doing the forward hold, but oh my god, the point blank headshot there from Potato, just shutting down the back cap, and now Lego all of a sudden, they have 2 picks here, and they can definitely push out of it. They're doing a forward hold, so they're going to be really far forward, and they are pushing with a sniper, but it looks like he's going to be able to just close this out. So the forward hold from Lego, it's working out, and they've had almost no practice doing this with the new team, but it still works, and Potato actually got a nice little view there, look onto the medic, but he does end up missing him. But he's got so much room here to work with, so at some point Potato is probably going to hit a shot.
Domo picking up Nevo there, trying to pressure the demo man. I mean, they're trying to get some space for Potato to try and get a pick, but Oral actually doing an okay job here spamming out this big door, but there
nice
we go.
Shot.
That's the shot that they're waiting for, and looks like Lollipop's taking the supercharge exchange with Dr. Phil and Big Door. Eskimo looks like he might want to try to get behind, but it's in the wrong decision.
Oh, Medic goes down as well. Potato's just sneaking around, and Leto, he's on 33 HP. It does look like he has made it out. I don't think he's going to get chased, and no, Sniper barely misses him too. Didn't quite have the chance to snipe him. Oh, Nevo's in spawn here. They have 2 snipers right now. Oh wait, that was Potato. Oh, I'm missing up the snipers. My bad. They didn't even break the rules.
A lot of snipers might be on the field, but yeah, it looks like Potato's still running the sniper. It worked for them right there at mid, and I guess they're going to have to try and give Potato some space here to get some sort of angle onto, well, I guess Lollipop will be the main pick they're looking for, but they have that sentry gun up as well. Lego can take this, it's fairly slow. They have that overcharge advantage as well, but they have that sniper as well to work with.
Yeah. And oh my god, Potato, just as I was about to explain some other stuff, Potato just gets the pick here. And that could really open up for Lego. They do have the Uber advantage as well. Lolly does not have it yet, and there we go, doesn't matter. Potato just takes his head off, and this is looking like a complete roll for Lego. Eskimo even gets air shot there by a soldier. So Lego, they haven't lost a single person yet. Potato barely manages to die at a millisecond before the round ends, but I don't think he cares. He absolutely just demolished that round.
Yeah, Potato was just the man behind Lego there, all the way from, I think, this big door in mid, just when he started just getting so many headshots, and he just worked that all the way to last, and there we go, Lego finally getting themselves on the scoreboard as we go to our 4th mid beater.
They needed that.
Yeah, they absolutely did.
They were having a terrible game, but now all of a sudden they got that rush of adrenaline going, and they got a round 2, so they're 1 round behind, that's fine. Josh is taking a lot of damage underneath, and Dimmu will actually get the first pick here before trading, and this is looking pretty good for Lego. Josh is onto the medic, takes him down, and now Yippie's fighting trash here. Is that Hems?
Oh, but Yippie he loses the 1v1.
Yeah, and Phil is actually being chased by Leto here, and that's going to mean that Domo is alone. They will eventually link up here, but they're not going to really be able to contest middle, I don't think. But hold second, they definitely can, and Phil survived, unlike Lolly, so that's going to be an uber advantage for Lego as well. They might even go in here and block it. They are actually going to be able to block it. I was wrong. So they just played that to perfection, I think. And now it's going to be Lego that has complete domination over this mid, and they eventually get... Oh, they didn't quite clear the point of stickies, but other than that, that was really well played by Lego.
Yeah, Lego in control of this mid point right now, and they have that player down, but it doesn't look like our Elektro will be able to use that to their advantage. They have actually kind of backed up here onto this balcony area as the rest of Lego are ringing through choke. Josh taking that early aggression on top, but it looks like Eskimo might want to have gone for the medic, but he seems to have just gone back into choke. He might get picked up here. Not exactly sure what his plan was, but that will be a pick as Lego go forward, with Potato getting caught out there on the flank. It looks like Azunis and Nevo actually have gotten behind them at mid, and he's fighting a soldier, but it looks like Demul will come out on top there, and after a little bit of a scrappy few fights there, looks like Lego comfortably taking second.
Yeah, this is like they do have a slight man advantage, and that's apparently enough. They're just gonna go straight in here. The Scout's looking pretty dicey here, but he does get saved by Dr. Phil. So both Ubers have been forced out, and Lego, they popped it slightly earlier, so if they do some sort of arrow building, maybe they can actually gain an advantage, but I don't know, this is kind of interesting. You don't see a whole lot of teams just, you know, building. Oh yeah, they are going to arrow build. You can see the Scout and Victor building with the Boston Basher, and then we see Phil also healing another Scout. So Lego, they are doing this this arrow building, and they are abusing unlocks right now, and I think this is gonna work. They're just getting a bigger and bigger advantage right now. They have about a 20% now, and that's not quite gonna do it, but yeah, okay, maybe 20% advantage, and they're just gonna dot push right here. So here we go, double Scout Uber in right away, and Lolly's he's in trouble. He might not get out alive, but oh, the Scouts just barely managed to not get him, and now Phil is in really deep. Gonna have to get out, and yeah, nobody actually died yet at all.
But Dr. Phil, yeah, he was super weak there after that Uber charge, and he just gets cleaned up there. And I think Demul is beneath the point picking up Eskimo, but he might be caught out. They know he's beneath there, but I think that was a bit of a wrong decision to take in those two skates onto Shutter, as they weren't able to get enough damage onto the medic to really make that arrow building work, but they did have that Uber in time to push Lego back out.
Yeah, that was a clutch survival run back to spawn there by Lollipop. He does make it out. And now Lego, they're just going to continue holding pretty forward here. They know the Uber is not there yet. They have a slight Uber disadvantage, so at some point Phil's going to have to go back and play a little bit passively, because otherwise there might be an Uber in his face. But you know, it's not quite yet. And they're actually arrow building again, so they're just doing this in big door with the Scouts. And this is actually a pretty dangerous one to do, because the Scout has to go down so low, right? Like you can heal up to 150, and that would be an optimal arrow build, but the Scout only has 125, so a Scout has to go down really weak if he wants to actually build it properly. So they're not really optimally arrow building, but it's still arrow building, and it's pretty good. And Ubers have been completely equalized, and they're perfect buffs right now for Lego, so they might be going for a play, or they might just be looking for openings. And they got the teleporter, so no reinforcements coming in here. Okay, not yeah, okay.
Yeah, just big teleporter frag, indeed. But yeah, it looks like for the time being they're just still waiting for some kind of opportunity. We see Hempus actually on the Pyro, which can be a bit hit and miss in my opinion on the last to run the Pyro, but we'll have to see if Lego have spotted that out. Yeah, it looks like Demul might want to take the supercharge in through main. He gets body blocked immediately, gets destroyed there. That's really unfortunate for Demul. But Potato as well getting picked up from a pipe, so that's really bad for Lego as they lose two players.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they planned on losing two on that one. And actually, interestingly enough, we see a sort of jump behind here. So that's going to be turning some heads from Lego. He's in choke now behind them. That's, yeah, okay, he's been spotted now, and there's going to be two soldiers against one. Two soldiers will tend to win that fight, but he might have juked him out. He went through drop down. Yeah, now he found a Scout. Oh, it actually takes him down. Two crisp rockets. Takes down Potato. So just some real work going on here. As we actually see Lego winning the Uber fight, though. Lolly going down. I was looking in a different direction. Now Lego, they're moving in onto last. They have people in the water, and they have Yippee going for the point, but he gets taken down. But Josh is about to come in from behind. He takes down the Scout. The second soldier's on the point, and it's just going to be enough here for Lego as the rockets are too crisp. And now it's 2-2 all of a sudden. And our predictions, I don't know, what was your prediction again?
I was 3-2 for Elektro, so...
Oh man, you're a genius.
Maybe, we'll have to see. So we will be going to our 5th mid-fight beater. But yeah, that's Lego finally equalizing the scoreline, showing that they deserve a spot in Prem. But it looks like Domo and Leto rolling out on that choke area, so we'll see the rest of their team following them shortly. As actually looks like Demul and Josh, along with Potato, playing on the floor, and they're taking quite a lot of damage.
Demul is weak. Yeah, Demul will eventually go down, and Yippee is now getting really pressured, and so does the demo. But Lego, it looks like they have persevered against this massive pressure coming out from Elektro, and now they have a soldier behind lines. Josh is waiting at the shutter door, but or they have not really retreated. And here we go, Lego, they're just going to push in through Victor already. They can actually have mid blocked here if they're not careful, but that's not going to be the case. 2 soldiers in the air, massive air shot.
Wow.
Josh hits it, but it's exactly going to be Josh that dies. Eventually Eskimo will die as well, but a huge shot coming out of from Josh, and Lolly will actually drop trash here. So this is looking very strong for Lego. Lego winning this fight, and now this demo just completely caught out. He can't even jump out as there's a scout in his face. And Nebel. Oh, another nice shot here from Demul. So the Lego soldiers going absolutely huge here, as we expected, coming up from them, just hitting air shots left, right, and center. And that's going to be a good second fight. And they're actually just going to keep pushing in here. They just have no care in the world, but a nice reflect denies Demul. And I think Lego's going to have to back out on this one. But man, they're smelling blood.
Absolutely, and I mean, at second, I think it was Tempest who got dropped there, and after that, the push, or well, the exchange from Elektro just completely fell apart, and Lego were able to take that. So, yeah, that quick thinking from the Pyro and the off classes seems to have, for the time being, pushed Lego away from last. They still have a little bit of an advantage. It might not be anything we need to go on, but I mean, Azunis is spy right now in lobby, so could see something happening as Dr. Phil is walking Shudder. This could be an opportunity for Azunis.
Yeah, Phil has been really good at walking face first into spies so far. So, you know, maybe he's going to let his guard down this time. Yeah, this is a pretty good position for a spy. And oh, they're bumping into him, but they think I think they think it's the wall. But Eskimo has actually gone down to Potato. So Potato just continuing his reign of terror here. As Demul is putting pressure on the point, but no. The spy once again does not work, and now it's going to be a Lego push, and the medic actually goes down as well. So Potato with his 3rd kill. Man, wow. This is brutal. The Lolly is not happy about Potato.
That was just a complete mess. It fell apart so quickly. The spy and lobby just couldn't make it work. The medic getting killed as well. So yeah, that was a convincing push there from Lego, and there you go, Beater. My prediction's completely wrong now, so not completely wrong, but it is wrong. So we will be going to our next mid-fight, Beater.
Yeah, we're actually equally wrong right now in terms of rounds. But let's see if Lego, they have actually gotten some mid-wins now. They haven't been really convincing, but you know, it's definitely looking better. And so far, the positioning for Lego is looking really strong, and they're actually gonna just pressure down Eskimo and Big Door. And Demul is out of drop down, and Lolly is very weak. There we go. Demul takes him down. It's looking very strong for Lego, and it's just so passive play coming out from Elektro all of a sudden. And you know, they have been very good at just absorbing everything, but Demul with the 3K there, jumping out of drop down, you'd kind of think that when you play passively, you're expecting the drop down play and have that covered, but Demul timed it right there, or juked them out or something. It definitely worked.
Absolutely, and here we go again. Lego on the forward foot here can maybe try to bring this into last. They have that really big Uber advantage, and again, Lego have another really good opportunity here to widen the gap on the scoreline, Beater.
Yeah, Leto's gonna sticky up water here. Maybe he's gonna... Lego, they like to send like a single person into water as they Uber in, and there we go. Yeah, there's actually sort of... That's Demul. He actually barely survived the sticky trap. And Demul is still very weak, but... yeah, there we go. Leto has actually been taken down, so the Lego Uber has come in. They're putting time onto the point now. Going to force everyone to kind of drop down there, but it might be turning around a little bit now. Josh taking down Lolly, so the medic has gone down, and now it's just 2 players on the point, and Lego with another solid push. I don't know. Like, it seemed like they just kind of shifted gears or something and decided, like, no, we're not going to lose this, because they were down 2-0 and they're playing awful, and then all of a sudden they're just rolling 4 rounds to nothing all of a sudden.
Yeah, Elektro have to turn things around quickly. 7 minutes left on this map. Kuliwash is go to our next mid as a demo man of Leto rolling out on this big door area with the rest of his team on this right hand side. Demul and Josh playing on the floor. They might be able to coordinate some sort of aggression here, but he's brought Azunis quite weak, and that will be the first frag of this mid as Nebo is well falling through.
Josh behind though, just gonna two-shot the medic coming out of drop down, and Trash here gets taken down by the pistol. Though now it's just Eskimo. You know, it is Eskimo, so maybe he'll kill everyone. No,
perhaps.
No, he's actually smart, and then just backs off. No, he's not gonna be a hero today, not yet at least. Oh, he's actually behind lines. Never mind. And the sort of jumps him. No air shots today. It looks like. So we have MG probably second, and demolished by Demul.
See you later, Eskimo. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Lego, they have that pick to work with. I'm not sure if that was the right choice for Eskimo, but.
Oh my god, the binds are great, and just to move with the trash talk, just telling him to get out of my server.
The chat is coming out here, but yeah, they have this this Uber to work with. Josh looking to come in here with this Uber. They're spotted the sentry gun. They'll take down that engineer, and immediately that will fall. So it looks like they're just gonna try to pick up the rest of these frags. It looks like the pyro has also fallen quite quickly, and this is just falling apart here. They didn't have that Uber charge, so or Elektro. Monumental task to try and defend that, but yeah, another convincing round from Lego. Lego are just running away with this beater.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Looks like my map 1 prediction's gonna be more accurate to this one. The Lego, they just turned it up a whole notch, and like it seemed like it just got started with Potato, and now everyone else is just feeding all of his energy, and it's just doing so much work. And Lego, they're now just winning mids and everything. Like now I've seen it all.
This is the Lego I know beater. As we come to absolutely our next mid fight, and it looks like Eskimo tries to get some ready damage, but I mean, no frags yet, but as soon as house is actually fallen as I say that, so it looks like the combo of Lego might be caught in here, but they don't really have, or Elektro don't really have any players to try and follow up on the damage, and I'm not sure if Elektro should stay in here, but they do pick up that frag onto Josh, and Evo has come back in from Big Door, and this is a bit of a it's hard to call who'll win this, but Demo's walking forward, trying to get some stickies right now, and Leto, wow, oh my goodness,
Double pipes.
Wow, Leto just getting destroyed there. The Uber charge is actually coming into the equation here, and it's just the medic in the scape, but he'll get picked up actually from Demul, as I think they finally, Beater, have won this mid.
Yeah, that was Josh going down there was annoying. He just stood forever there asking for the arrow, and then right before he was about to get arrow, he got taken down, and they were kind of scattered, but they eventually, through some very good VM, managed to get out there. And the Eskimo's hiding in the corner, but Demul is wall hacking, so he will pick him off. That's or maybe it's game sense, one of the two. And no,
it looks like Azuna's actually wanted to go in for Vom onto the medic, but actually wasn't able to make anything work, and there's a couple of weak players here on Elektro after 2 of them going down, but Demul wasn't able to actually make anything work. He'll go down there to the scout, but it's a bit of a scrappy fight right now, and Lego have to be careful. Demo's quite weak, and they will actually use the supercharge. Lollipop actually getting cleaned up as well, and that will be almost a complete wipe there, as Eskimo will be the last straggler, and surely will get cleaned up here in this lobby area.
Yeah, actually gets him there as well. That was a really good defensive Uber. You know, Phil kind of popped it because he felt he had to, and then they just murdered everyone. It almost looked like an aggressive Uber instead. And you'd be hitting some shots here, getting on point. Now everyone's just going to shoot the ground, and that's going to be another cap. So Lego up 6-2. They're just running away this whole game. After struggling so much on map 1 and then in map 2 as well, just all of a sudden Lego has taken 6 rounds in a row, and I don't think they're looking to stop this train.
Yeah, Lego out for blood. I mean, Elektro just find themselves in this hole of just losing rounds over and over and over, and it doesn't seem like they can do anything to stop it. And here we go again, another mid fight. Lego have improved their mid fights since the first map, and we do see it's like Neva wanted to go in for some early damage, but gets just almost destroyed. He's on 1 health beneath the point. Looks like Azuna's trying to jump up, trying to make something happen. Will actually get cleaned up there by Yippee, and it looks like the rest of the Elektro team want to walk across this point, want to try to get this mid. I mean, they have to. They're several rounds down. They need to make something work, and it seems to have worked out as Nevo gets a pick onto Yippee, and then Eskimo getting that frag onto Dr. Phil. It's just Domo, and he will get cleaned up. But they did lose Lollipop in the midst of that beater, so we will see the equal Uber charges.
Oh, Potato's trying to be a hero. He's going to go in for the 1v3. Nope, not going to work. What a surprise. And you're getting a little cocky here. I think that was completely unnecessary, going for that kind of play. But yeah, like they can obviously not lose at this point, so let's not be too critical. As Demul was actually get taken down by Naval, and you go, he's in Riverside, eventually losing to Yippee. Yippee seems to have gotten a lot of winger kills this map. I don't know, is that just something I'm making up? It seems to me like he's been hitting a lot of those.
I think he's got a couple, but yeah, Yippee overall has been playing pretty well, but I think we are into dead time beaters, a minute and a half left, as I mean, Lego just, I don't know what to say, Peter. Lego just turned that completely around at the end of this, and just 6-2, completely different scoreline to process, which was 2-0 to Lego as well, so Lego going to be happy about that, finally bringing themselves around to a bit of a, I suppose, stronger play of TF2 as compared to Process.
Yeah, absolutely, and the binds are now just in full effect. Demu's just trying to hit as many snipes as possible. He's just basically double mixing at this point. Get him, Demu, get him. Phil's gonna Uber. You know, I think he looked at the clock and realized that he had to Uber at this point to actually be able to get another Uber off. You know, you gotta maximize your points. It's very important. So there's actually a really nice backup coming in here. The Demoman and a Scout. And Lego, they will just send everyone back to actually block it, but so far they're not really winning the fight. Okay, now they are finally, but Lolly comes in and hits people in the back here with the saw, but yeah, he will eventually go down as well.
Yeah, well, Peter, looks like you were technically somewhat correct. 6-2 on Gully Wash, not Process.
Yeah.
We can make an exception, Peter. We'll say you're correct this time.
You know, that seems cheap, but I'll take it.
Yeah, just the wrong map, but yeah, looks like Lego have taken that map fairly convincingly, Peter. I think we should take a look at some logs.
Yeah, sure. Also, I want to point out that Phil has 110 points right now, so he's got a lot of points. He probably had a good game.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the Dr. Phil Medic, I have to say. I never seen him play Medic. I always knew him as a really incredible demo man, but I mean, at least for this game, seems to have worked pretty well. At least on Gully Wash with that, I mean, starter performance at the end.
Yeah, he almost went 1-1 in KD on Medic, so no, he has a bit to work on there. You know, one more kill there, maybe one less death.
Only 4 frags on Medic?
Yeah, he's gonna have to step up a bit. But very strong map for him for sure, 110 points. And Domo also stepping up. He had a pretty middling first map, but the second one, he had a ton of damage. And we actually see, once again, the roamer coming up from Aura Elektro, top damaging. Kind of unusual.
Yeah, I mean, he played really well. I mean, like, as you can see, you know, the deaths quite a lot, but I mean, considering the kills and assists, and that is quite a high amount of damage for a roamer. I think Zunis was a really good player for Aura Elektro this map, but I mean, as you can see, going down the damage, I mean, the rest of the team, especially the scouts, I think in this map just didn't seem to really perform super well. I mean, Nevo, you know, going 13 for 21. I think Hempus, though, had a pretty good, pretty big amount of frags, honestly. I think he top fragged, yes, he did, but I think what it comes down to, at least from what I see from these logs, is the deaths difference between the medics.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be the absolutely key factor. I'm still wondering, like, if we had more time, it would be really interesting to see, like, just what the difference is between the rounds, the first 2 rounds, and then everything else. Because it was such a huge shift. It was just 2-0, and then Potato went huge, and then it just seemed like it was a roll. Like, it was as if Lego was just a way better team all of a sudden, whereas before they weren't. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there, if everyone just got mad or something. So,
yeah, perhaps. I mean, that is a possibility, but I think for this first, the upper bracket round 1, Peter, I believe this is a single elimination, so Aura Elektro will not be able...
No.
Is it?
I'm looking at the... Like, if you look at this, you can see that the Sleep Club and Cruise Master,
right.
they're still in the lower bracket. Like that. So I'm pretty damn sure that everyone goes into the lower bracket. It doesn't make sense that the first round ones would just be immediately out. I don't see the point of having a loser bracket there. So we are joined now by Dr. Phil from Lego and also a certain Potato. So
they should be out, by the way.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello. I'm pretty sure they're out.
Are they out though?
Yeah.
They're out.
But what's the point of the...
Look what it says. Nullified round people in here from upper bracket round 1 automatically lose.
Oh man, that's rough.
These losers are going home.
Right away.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I want to hear first. What the hell happened on Gully Wash? It seemed like you just turned on flipped the switch, and then all of a sudden you just won everything. Like, what caused that to happen?
He actually got some momentum going at some point, and then just kept it going throughout the game.
In the first 2 rounds, I had 0 frags, and in the end, I had more than 0 frags. That's why we won.
So you would argue that the fact you contributed to the team was a deciding factor?
Well, the team can't really do much without me, so...
The tiny amount of frags you actually managed to get was the tilting factor. Like, we kept somewhat even without him, but...
Yeah. But definitely we saw Potato having really good success on the sniper on Godly Was. Do you play a lot of sniper, Potato? I don't remember you, I don't remember seeing you play that much sniper, I don't think.
I don't play a lot of sniper because there's always a person on the team that's better, but not this time. The move blows.
So you would say that you're a better sniper than Demul?
Yeah.
No. He can't even say it with a straight face.
well, we can already see what the team cohesion issues are right now off the bat. But yeah, you guys are a pretty new team, right? You have the core of Dr. Phil, Demul, and Josh. That's kind of like the old Lego, and then you have the new Lego with the Yippee, Potato, and Domo. So talk us through it. Why this team? Why did it end up looking the way it does? And yeah.
Well, we knew we were gonna need 2 scouts, so that was kinda just finding some straight off the bat, and I ended up on medic because there was no other medics to be found that suited our playstyle, it seemed. Then at the moment we picked up Domo.
He has pretty good pipes, it seems.
Yeah, he does.
Indeed. It definitely seems like you've done a lot to kind of pick people based off of their playstyle. Is that correct? Like more than DM?
Yeah. Well, not with Potato, it's just like, yeah, let's take him.
That's because my personality is top notch and everyone loves me.
Alright, well, Potato. So now you're moving on to play against Bug Slayers. Are you gonna be the one slaying bugs there, or how's it gonna go?
Well, I've never lost a round to them, so... Ooh. That's not true.
We live in the post-fact world, it's fine. Well, but seriously, who are the threats on that team?
Big puppy, dude. Guy's nutty. And then the rest are poop.
Alright. How does one contain a big badass soldier like that?
Well, I play scout, so I just kind of shoot him, you know? And then he can't do much.
Click the man when he's in there.
Yeah.
Boned.
Yeah, alright. Very, very interesting. Alright, we're gaining some real insights here.
Yeah.
I'm smelling that you have a lot of really crazy strategies that you will never ever tell us because they're just so next level. They're gonna take you to Prem success. But of course, let's talk about the process, right? Because process did not look very good. You won that essentially 1-0, and then they had to push out, and then you got another round there. But that was a very close game, and you really seem to have trouble converting rounds, and also just had trouble getting Phil forced. And just overall, why was that such a difficult map for you guys?
I don't know, just like the maps we normally are good at, like the short distance to close when like we overtrade and so on, and there's such a long distance between the points here. Oppose us. Not a lot of angles we can hide behind to get in close before we have to Uber. When we play like we do.
Would you put it down to process being a poor map for you guys, or was it more that in this map you just happened to make a lot of mistakes?
Well, I think it's more the mistakes more than anything. Can't play like for us to keep a hit and miss map, like we can play it really fucking well than other times. Play like we did today.
So how new is your roster? How long have you been playing together with this complete roster?
What, 2 weeks maybe? A week? 2 weeks?
I played like 3 scrims with this team.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say 3 or 4 scrims together.
Yeah, okay. So it's still relatively, I don't want to say rusty, that's not really the right word, but very young. It's gonna be some issues that still need to be worked out, I'm sure. But now you have another. When is the next game actually?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh, okay. So you get an entire scrim in before the next one.
I did.
Yeah. And then Do you plan on actually making it into Prem, or do you just do this for the experience and then winning Div 1 like Lego has a tendency to do? What's the plan?
We aim for Prem. Definitely.
Okay. So I'm sure no one's surprised by that answer.
No.
I'm
It was
actually
worth
quitting
asking,
if I have
I
to
guess.
play another season of High. Fuck that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What's the difference between playing in High and Prem for you, Potato?
Glory. The level's about the same, you know.
Oh really?
Shots fired. Ooh.
Some controversial opinions there, Potato. Very controversial.
Yeah.
You just
What to say,
gotta,
man?
you just gotta keep playing sniper like you did tonight. I'm sure you'll get all the glory.
Yeah,
Might get yourself into one of Peter's frag videos.
I'm already in one, dude.
Are you getting owned in one?
No, I'm in the DreamHack one, you know?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
nobody's seen that one. It's terrible.
don't
You'll
have
get
anything.
your shot, don't worry.
I'm
There's a
looking
lot
forward
of
to
really
it.
good shots tonight, actually.
Yeah, well, Peter, I don't know if you have any last questions.
No, not really. So let's just do some shout outs. So Potato, you can go first, and then Phil, you go after.
Alright, shout out to @Gink because he just messaged me, shout me out. And then shout out to Valve for releasing new hats tonight.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
Sick.
10 minutes ago.
Oh man, what are we doing in here? We need to go get some hats. Is it a promotional hat? It's always a promotional hat, right?
No, it's a new case.
Oh.
Great.
Oh.
Oh, game is alive. And
Oh,
well.
money to Valve. Yay.
19
Yeah.
hats.
Alright, well, Dr. Phil, if you wanna give a shout out.
Okay, shout out to Amy, Condom, Sen, Ryan, Ebley.
Alright, I'm
Peter.
Peter.
Hey.
Yay.
Yeah, that was the whole Hux TF crew. I think that was a great event, not too long ago. So there's some really great events going on, and they were raising money for a charity. Definitely encourage you guys to all check that out. Is there a YouTube where everything's going to be uploaded to?
I
Or
have no idea.
is it only
like,
on Twitch?
might only be on Twitch, but I have no idea. It might actually be uploaded to YouTube or something.
Yeah, I hope so. There was a bunch of really cool jump segments and some painting and all kind of good stuff. So definitely go check that out and maybe consider donating to the charity that they were supporting. It's a great charity. And then I will just like to shout out to Lego getting the win tonight, and then shout out to Kaylee for dropping truth bombs about soldiers, because he's so knowledgeable about everything. It was great watching that in chat. And then thank you, Gemm, for doing another great production, and thank you, Frysk, for casting me tonight. So take us out, Frysk.
Alright, I'm just gonna quickly shout out Demon Blade, Raxo, and Exodus. Shout out to both these teams. Shout out to Lego. Good to see Lego again trying to go for Prem. Shout out to Peter for casting with me this evening, and of course Gemm, good man on the production. Never gets to give any shout outs, but always make sure to shout out Gemm. So thank you, Gemm. Yeah, that's it from us for tonight. Be sure to check us out on teamfortress.tv. We also have our VODs on YouTube, and give us a follow on Twitch if you enjoyed the stream. So for now, I think that's going to be it. Thank you for tuning in, and good night.